test review for this one. There is in the textbook. I would use the review there. I'll check. I think I might have a review as well. Okay, so to recap where we were, we drew the picture of the box with the dimensions. We created the equation. This was worth 1 mark. Putting in the 96 was worth another mark. And if you got the right answer of x equals 2, you got 3 out of 5 if you didn't do it algebraically. And we were talking about if we solve this algebraically, you can solve it by factoring, but only if one side is equal to 0. And the nice thing about the guessing and checking to get 2 as an answer is you already know if x equals 2 is an answer, that means that x minus 2 is a factor. So we can go to our synthetic division, and we can put a plus 2 outside, bring down the 1, multiply, add, multiply, and add, multiply, and add, and sure enough, we get that remainder of 0. Okay? So now, a couple of things about notation here as well. We have to be very careful with notation. I'm going to write a division statement. My division statement was based on me trying to solve this equation right here. It's no longer based on this one. These ones are not equal, right? Because we moved the 96 over. They're not the same equation. So as far as notation-wise, what does this mean? I am factoring this equation that's equal to 0. So as far as writing my next step, I would still have 0 equals, I found out that x minus 2 is a factor, and I'm left with x squared plus 14x plus 48. Which factors nicely to x plus 6 and x plus 8. So algebraically, there's 3 answers for x. X could be 2, which we guessed and checked and found out already, but x could also be -6 and -8. But based on, it's a real-life problem, right? And if it's a real-life problem, you have to think about the validity of answers. What does x represent? In our picture, x represented one of the side lengths, right? Can you have a side length of -6? No. Can you have a side length of -8? No. So x equals 2 is the only answer. The other thing about these word problems you have to be careful is that you should reread them at the end to make sure you've actually answered the question. Usually in a word problem, it's not bad to write a sentence to show that you've answered the question. And writing that sentence makes you reread. What are they trying to get us to find? Find all possible values of x, given that the volume of the box is 96. State the dimensions of the box. And one of them is going to be 2. Next thing we have to see is any units given. Yes, centimeters. So 2 centimeters, x plus 2 by 4 centimeters, x plus 10 by 12 centimeters. Multiply that out, sure enough, that still gives us the 96 centimeters cubed. And if you did the synthetic division and the factoring, then this question was out of 5 marks. So there was controversy because there were students who got the right answer but only got 60% on the question because they didn't interpret that all as I have to do it algebraically.